I do my dance, jump in the stands, no man the man, oh there with the hands, thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans, I do what I want, they do what they can, got it on smash, put on the gas, I will not crash, 100 yard dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly with
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
On the ready. 51. Look at me. Go. Get it.
They'll run on first down. Beyer. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
On third down, Jones eluding the pressure right.
I'm all over you.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
8, read. 59. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it. Greystone, travel. He's coming. We got double.
On first down, Hoover. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's first and 10 at the 19-yard line. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. Watch the fly. Watch the fly.
Looking to throw on second down. Nixon. And a quick throw here. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Operating from the gun. Nixon Flushed out right, and that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Nixon. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Now, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs because he can really impact this offense.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2 yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
On the ground is Michel. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Hey, stand up.
They'll run with Michel. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Dancing to his left. And it's caught by Herndon. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jones. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Throwing Jones. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get him down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Throwing on first down. Nixon. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. Looking to throw. Nixon. He goes full extension, and he's got it. No score after one on EA Sports. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Ready, ready. 18 Gator. Record. Get it.
To throw on 2nd down. Nixon. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
Ready? 60 or. 59. Push him back.
On 1st and 10, Nixon. And his throw here's incomplete.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, and it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And it's incomplete. Joshua Jackson there to knock that one away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Back to throw. Nixon. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So that drive began at their own 3. They wind up getting 3 out of it.
And to me, the mentality to begin the drive, that was probably the key to everything. Let's just make sure we take care of the football, give ourselves some room, and maybe punt it away. Instead, it started at the 3, and it ended with 3 points.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
58, come on. Watch the slant, watch the slant. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Watch QB drop. Now.
From the gun, Jones. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Nixon. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Ja'Kai Polite drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 23. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
On 2nd down, Bear. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ja'Kai Polite able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Nixon. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he's got some space here. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hoover. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. On first down, Nixon. And an alley to run. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. This is 1st and goal from about the 8.
80 weapons. Hey, orbit.
Operating from the gun. Nixon got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Steelers are going to retake the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down.
Double dog. That's the one. On the ball. They go.
From the gun, Nixon. He's got Fuller. He'll have a first down past the 40. 23 yards, the final tally.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought it was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy. He came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Looking to throw. Nixon. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Will Fuller with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones, he's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check out 3. Check 37. X3. 218. Chop. 5. 2.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. He's got Herndon, his tight end. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. From the 39, Jones. He finds Hillman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Back to throw. Jones. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
Pilot, 64, weak. 5.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Jones now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Michelle going to try again. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Sony Michel, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
That's it, baby. We got
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Nixon. The Jets pressure too much as down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
2nd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Throwing on 3rd and long. Nixon. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Jones throwing to start the drive. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hoover. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Jones throwing again. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
Hey, team six. Now.
Jones now. Off the play fake. This is Hellman with it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw. Jones. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. All right. Ready.
Looking to throw. Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game.
I'm going to run you over. Hey, check right. Watching your 5. You ain't get it.
Here's Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line.
Look at me. Score.
Jones, off play action. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Fair.
Now Jones to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the ground, Michelle. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. This pass caught at the 4. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Let's go.
They come out here in the I. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. And they will run it with Michelle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Sony Michel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Got it.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Hoover. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Hoover. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Switch up. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Get it. They'll try the left side. Hoover. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check safety.
They'll try the left side. Hoover. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers.